Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Village of Alsip board meeting. Today's September 21st, 2020, and we'll call this meeting order at 7:30 p.m. Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor Ryan. Trustee Dalzell?
Here.
Trustee Zielinski?
Here.
Trustee Juarez?
Here.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Here.
Trustee Murphy?
Here.
Trustee Nava-Esparza?
Here.
Mayor Ryan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Officers' report, starting with myself. Trustees, I just passed out to everybody a request for from Berry Plastics is looking for a 6B renewal, and our village attorney Vince Kankar sent me that schedule that's in front of everyone, and although I don't have it on, it doesn't necessarily need a vote, but I'd like to have Vince start working on talking with them about their application to be presented to the village. Did anyone have any concerns? Have any questions about that? Okay.
No.
I'll let Vince know then. He can start talking with them about that. He's going to bring back an agreement that we can talk about at a later date then too. But I just want to make sure and nobody had issues with talking to that particular entity yet. Next, I actually got something on, I think it was on Friday, that just to make everybody aware that a lawsuit was filed to clarify Election Day as a holiday in municipalities, and as of this message I got on Friday, Attorney Kankar, you probably saw this. Did you see this, Mike, already too?
I knew that they were going to set a briefing schedule, or
yeah, well, the Illinois Municipal League initiated this suit. Is clarification for municipalities if you declare November 3rd, Election Day, a holiday. Our municipality is going to be obviously, are they going to be mandated to pay everyone to stay? Are we going to be closed that day? So that's going to be the question. And the government said at this time, the Illinois Attorney General's office requested a court grant an extension to respond to this suit, and we won't hear anything until 2 weeks before, until October 15th. So, yeah, plenty of time to work on that. We can figure out if that's going to be a holiday or not. And then also I mentioned to everybody
Is it what percentage of the population actually votes?
Pardon me?
Is it what percentage of the population actually votes?
That's a great question. The village, along with the Alsip Marina Park Library and the Alsip Chamber of Commerce, are sponsoring a village-wide cleanup 3-event day on Saturday, October 3rd. This is going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning until noon. The recycling event actually goes from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. right here in the Village Hall parking lot by Public Works. Residents are asked to show proof of residency, and please stay in your cars and wear a mask. You can actually dispose of e-waste, up to 2 TVs per family, and 2 banker boxes of shredding materials per family. You can drop off cell phones, computers, desktops, you name it, computer cables, printers, video cassette recorders. Cleanup day meets at the Village Hall at 10 a.m. and we're going to issue everyone gloves and sticks and garbage bags and a map of the designated areas then too. So I'll be out here as well, and I appreciate everybody's support. If you can come out that day to help us with the village-wide cleanup day, again, Saturday, October 3rd. The next thing I had on here too was we did receive today our first application for the village finance director position, and I'll be getting together with our HR manager, Shanae Hunter. We're going to conduct an interview with that applicant real soon. And And that's all I had for this evening. So we'll go on to the clerk's report.
Thank you, Mayor Ryan. The approval of the August 2020 FOIA report, there were 18 requests last month, and the approval of the August 2020 IDOT motor fuel tax allotment in the amount of $66,507.60. And that is all, Mayor Ryan.
All right, thank you. Attorney's report, we have Mike Kankar with us.
No report, sir.
Okay, Mike. Engineer, he was excused this evening. No report. Public forum, did anyone in the audience wish to address the board this evening? You did? Come on up, sir.
How are you today?
Good, Mike. You tell your name for everybody, please.
Okay, my name is Michael Joniak. Okay, and I'm here in Alsip. I have a Marine Valley College course, GED. Okay, and last week I was here. I mentioned about the smoking issue at the flea market. Okay, and I asked them about, or mentioned to them about it, that it really bothers me, and that they're losing a lot of business from the smoking part. Now they redirected it, saying that it's something to do with like the city. It's like a city's problem. So what I'm saying is that, you know, we got a lot of amendments, and I'd like to make a new amendment. This is for pregnant women, children, and everybody else. Us, people that are sensitive to cigarette. Is that some people that smoke should smoke 100 feet away, or if a person asks them to put their cigarette out, should put the cigarette out. And people should not ask anybody for cigarettes, and people should not offer anybody cigarettes. Now, that would be a really good amendment for us here. If it works out, it could help other people in the United States, in the world. Because cigarettes are toxic and they're nasty. Now, people want to quit, and it will help them quit. People coming into this life, people already into this life, don't want to secondhand smoke. So we have to stand up for each other. I'm standing up for our neighborhood. And Alsip can be very strong and powerful by this kind of amendment. Okay, so I don't know if you guys, you have to make this amendment here. Now, it's the guy at the flea market, he doesn't have no power. Now, I'm coming to you guys for that help. You know, I hope he could change his mind. I told him I came there with voltmeter, tape, tie wraps, but I couldn't offer him any kind of signs that say no smoking and please don't smoke. And I'm going to talk to him, but I get a little bit nervous because he's behind the window. I want to be able to see me, so I have body language. I feel comfortable. I can show him everything's in my bag that I brought there, so shows I'm interested in working. I'm motivated in working. And he might think I'm a comedian. It's okay to make somebody laugh and see what I stand for and how motivated I am to work. So I think where it stands now is that the flea market is really good, and having like a coin show, this would help everybody out, a coin show, because people have coins in their house. They could look with the coin, pull their coins to the show. There's more people in Alsip than Crestwood, and these pneumatic people can evaluate the coins, and they could give people like a price, how much it's worth, and pay these people for it. And you guys could get the taxes for that. Now, people are struggling right now. They could pay for their school, they could pay with their car, their clothes, their house and bills, and even have a business, so Alsip can grow. Now, these coins people have, okay, they bring them there, and it's going to be remarkable what they have, because there's some coins that just pennies alone are worth money. There's some mistake on these errors, and if people could know the mistakes, they could bring it to their attention, and Pneumatic loves that, and they're very wealthy, and they're looking for these coins. So people, if they keep their change and they don't do anything with it, it's worthless. So I hope you guys consider this, okay? And I'm saying this is really important. So now, if I just go there and work, I'm going to be subjected to all this with the cigarettes, and he's going to keep coming to me saying that it's a city's problem. Now, people in a restaurant, people don't smoke in there. Now, I know if people come there, they want to eat. They don't want to be around cigarettes. They want to shop. They don't want to be around cigarettes. You're in a store. People don't smoke. People smoke on the outside. They shouldn't even be around there. These kids are crying. I see a kid crying to his dad. He's really scared. Nobody should be scared in there. It's just all these cigarettes, the secondhand smoke. It's bad. There's so much stuff in cigarettes.
Okay, so you make some great points too, Michael. I know we talked about this last week, and I have a very good relationship with the owners over at the flea market, and I can certainly make a call over to them and remind them. I know they've done a good job with the masks lately, because I've actually gotten some calls from like vendors saying they were a little bit too aggressive with the mask, but no, I think they're doing the right thing. It's their business, and that's what they're there to do, is to police their business. But on the other side too, like you said, if they're not watching the smoking, like if they're allowing that near where the public is at, certainly I'm going to ask them to establish a smoking buffer like everybody else, where you've got to be 30 feet away to be able to do that from the general public and stuff then too. Let me make a call over to the ownership over there and reiterate what you just said to us. And again, we always allow everybody, forgive me, I'm looking over your shoulder, but we always allow everybody 5 minutes that's your First Amendment right to come up and say something if you wish. And no, your point is well taken. So I can look into that, Michael, for you, okay?
Appreciate it.
You too. Thanks much, Mike,
Okay.
for
Excuse
coming
me,
out.
could you sign in for me, please? Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to address the board tonight?
Mayor, I did attend the swamp. I was at the flea market this past weekend, actually
Okay.
yesterday. I did walk the entire property. The only smoke that I really smelled there was the burning of incense
Okay.
in one of the corners. I was outside and I did look. They do have, my opinion, a very good handle on it. I didn't find anybody violating any of the smoking ordinance that is in there. But again, to his point, maybe a phone call that, just reminding them that
Sure.
there are designated smoking areas would be.
Sure. No, I can make just a friendly call over there and speak to the owners.
Sure.
Thanks again, Mr. Joniak. I appreciate it. Then we'll move on with standing committee reports. The Finance and IT Committee, Trustee McGlohorn.
First, I have a request for approval of a list of payroll dated September 11th, 2020, totaling $412,537.54. Next, I have a request for approval of accounts payable dated September 21st, 2020. From the recap, General Fund, $399,980.81. Road and Bridge, $59,834.14. MFT, $1,367.14. Pulaski Corridor TIF, $2,061.05. Water and Sewer, $1,199,458.98. Heritage, $12,847.17, for a grand total all funds of $1,675,549.29. And that's all I have this evening, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Fire Committee, Trustee Murphy.
I have approval of the Fire Department August 2020 monthly activity report based on the National Fire Incident Reporting System. And I have approval of the Fire Prevention Bureau August 2020 monthly activity report. And that's all, Mayor.
All right, thank you. The Police and Traffic Safety Committee, Trustee Dalzell.
I'll have the approval of the Police Department August 2020 monthly activity report. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay. The Water and Sewer Committee, Trustee Nava Esparza.
I'm sorry, we missed
You
D.
skipped
as in
Public
David.
Works.
There you go, sorry about that. Public Work and Boat Launch, Trustee Juarez.
Good thing I wasn't paying attention. The approval of Public Works Department August 2020 monthly activity report. That's all.
I was actually out there, not this weekend, the weekend before, and the gentleman out there, Sherman, he does a really nice job of working on it, and he had a pretty full parking lot out there too. This past weekend the weather was kind of bad, but the weekend before it was beautiful out.
Right.
They were filled up pretty well out there. Okay, going back to letter E, Water and Sewer, Trustee Nava Esparza.
Thank you. I have no report this evening, Mayor.
Okay. Building and Health, Trustee Zelinski.
No report this evening, Mayor.
Human Resource and Insurance, Trustee Murphy.
No report, Mayor.
All right. Special Committee Reports, Economic Development, Trustee Nava Esparza.
Thank you. I have the approval to have the village attorney, Gary Perlman, negotiate a sales agreement with Taco Burrito King after they were the only RFP submission to purchase and develop village-owned property commonly known as 11706 through 30 South Pulaski. And I also have the approval to hire one economic development intern at $12 per hour at a cost not to exceed $3,600, or for a total of $300. And that's all.
Okay. And so the board knows, too, that I did have an opportunity to sit with trustee Nava Esparza and HR. When you interviewed this person, you're pretty confident. We'll give this person a try.
For the recommendations of everyone, it
Yeah.
seems that that candidate was a strong candidate.
Okay. Next, we had the village properties. Trustee McGlohorn.
No report this evening, Mayor.
Okay. Ordinance legislation. Trustee Zelinski.
I have an approval of an ordinance granting salary increases and establishing compensation for certain non-union employees and appointed officers of the Village of Alsip, Cook County, Illinois. That's all I have this evening.
Trustee, one of the trustees, Trustee McGlohorn pointed out, I missed one with the new collective bargaining agreement for the part-time, it's a part-time position, and in fiscal year 21, that's supposed to be recognized as we have it in the ordinance as a $12 an hour job. It's supposed to be $13, so we have to correct that to show 13 instead.
Okay. I just made a note on my copy, Mayor.
Okay.
And that
trustee,
is per
thanks
the
for catching
union
that,
contract.
too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next, we had the planning and zoning and licenses. Trustee Juarez.
I have a planning and zoning approval of a list of licenses dated September 1st, 2020 through September 11th, 2020. An approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip authorizing the rezoning of the property located at 4301 West 123rd Street, Alsip, Illinois, from an I-1 industrial light district to a B2 business amusement district. Approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip amending ordinance number 2020-07-04, granting a special use permit authorizing the repair and storage of trucks and trailers for the property located at 3843 West 128th Place, Alsip, Illinois. And approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip granting parking variations for the property located at 11650 South Klasky Avenue, Alsip, Illinois. That's all, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Did anyone, I know we've got one on here from Trustee Murphy. Go ahead, Trustee, under presentations, petitions, and communications.
I have approval of an ordinance, I'm sorry, is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I have approval of amending Article 31 Cannabis Organizations, Section 103 Cannabis Organizations, Components, and Section 104 Cannabis Industrial Organizations of the Village of Alsip zoning ordinance. And I also have approval of a cannabis odor mitigation plan where parties seeking a special use permit for a cannabis industrial organization are required to submit a plan to ensure odor emissions from activities occurring on site are eliminated or mitigated to the greatest extent reasonably possible. Each cannabis odor mitigation plan shall be in a form and contain such information as required by these requirements for cannabis odor mitigation plans. And that's all I have, sir.
Thank you. Did anyone else have anything else under that?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago at one of the meetings, we had addressed the sign for Reza's is still out there. I think you were going to talk to...
Oh, yeah, we're going to be
Roberto.
taking that down. Actually, building commissioner, he had another commitment tonight, but I spoke to him about that today, and we're waiting. Actually, I was out there with the fire chief last week. We're going to be demolishing that property, so that sign will come down when we demolish. We're waiting actually for ComEd and people, NICOR, I guess. I was almost going to say People's Gas, but NICOR to disconnect the services out there. Once those are done, we can move forward with the demolition of those properties. So that sign will come with it then, too. Actually, I tell you, I'll just share a quick one. I just brought that up, but I was pretty impressed last week. Fire department had a class out there on fire investigation at the Ed's Lawnmower property. And what Moraine Valley College did was they actually built, they put up some temporary walls inside there. Then they would start a fire and video film the whole fire, how they started. Might have been an old cigarette or whatever. And they had some recruits, more or less, over at the firehouse doing paperwork. They brought them back. Were students, fire students, and they had members of Chicago Police, Chicago Fire, and stuff then too. And they came back to assess the situation afterward to determine the cause of the origin of the fire. And they would bring them back to the firehouse and show them a video on how it happened and everything too. It was pretty sharp to watch. Fire chief called me out in the morning to watch it. I wrote them real quick too. But we had everyone on shift doing that too, no overtime or anything like that. But we brought the on-duty shift out there, and it was impressive to watch. And I appreciate the chief making the effort with them. It looked good. Did anyone wish to remove any items from the consent agenda? None? Then can I get a motion to establish the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call number 1 to establish the consent agenda. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Navis Barza?
Yes.
Motion carries to establish the consent agenda.
Thank you. Can I get a motion then to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, bear with me, lots of information to fill in here. Roll call number 3 to approve the consent agenda as presented. Letter C is in Charles, approval of a list of payroll dated September 11th, 2020, totaling $412,537.54. Letter D is in David, approval of a list of accounts payable dated September 21st, 2020, totaling $1,675,549.29. Letter G is in George, approval of an ordinance granting salary increases and establishing compensation for certain non-union employees and appointed officers of the Village of Alsip, Cook County, Illinois. The only adjustment is section number 19, as previously discussed, will be $13 per hour. That will be known as ordinance number 2020-09-2. Letter I is in Indigo, approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip authorizing the rezoning of the property located at 4301 West 123rd Street, Alsip, Illinois, from I-1 Industrial Light District to B2 Business Amusement District will become ordinance number 2020-09-3. Letter J as in Jump, approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip amending ordinance number 2020-07-04, granting a special use permit authorizing the repair and storage of trucks and trailers for the property located at 3843 West 128th Place, Alsip, Illinois, will be known as ordinance number 2020-09-4. Approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip granting parking variations for the property located at 11650 South Pulaski Avenue, Alsip, Illinois, will be known as ordinance number 2020-09-5. Letter L is in Larry, approval of an ordinance amending Article 31, Cannabis Organizations, Section 103, Cannabis Organization Components, and Section 104, Cannabis Industrial Organizations of the Village of Alsip zoning ordinance, will be known as ordinance number 2020-09-6. Sorry for the knock. And then finally, letter M as in Mary, approval of a cannabis odor mitigation plan where a party is seeking a special use permit for a cannabis industrial organization are requested to submit a plan to ensure odor emissions from activities occurring on site are eliminated or, correction and verbiage there, mitigated to the greatest extent reasonably possible. Each cannabis odor mitigation plan shall be in a form and contain such information as required by these requirements for cannabis odor mitigation plans. Again, roll call number 2 to approve the consent agenda as presented. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski.
Letter F, along with $13 an hour being changed, not to exceed $3,900 now. But yes, also.
And the ordinance previously, there was no cap.
Oh, you know what, trustee, yeah, with the, are you talking about the economic intern?
Yes.
I believe that stays at $12. That's what we agreed to with that. We were following the other thing with 13. That was for somebody that was in line with the Let's say the
salary
ASME
ordinance.
contract. Okay.
My mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, trustee Zelinski?
Yes.
Zelinski?
Yes.
Everything as stated? Thank you, sir. Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Neves Barza?
Yes.
Motion carries to approve the consent agenda as presented.
All right, thank you very much. Did anyone have any unfinished business? Any new business?
I just wanted to mention that I think as a board, there's going to need to be some conversation regarding trick-or-treat hours.
That was actually, that's another memo I got today. I shared that with Chief Miller today, that we can do what we want as far as municipality goes, but actually the government is going to weigh in on this real soon, too. So
I
we're going to
understand.
have some the next week or two. So
Yeah,
we'll-
it's on a Saturday, and it's
Yeah.
a full moon, and we set the clocks back, so it's
Yeah.
going to be a
Chief-
very crazy busy day as it is, so.
Yeah, the chief he's got a plan ready, but we obviously want to see what the governor wants to come up with here,
Yep.
too. And
Okay.
I shared that with the chief today, as a matter of fact.
Thank you, Mayor Ryan.
Yeah. Then, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We'll adjourn this meeting then at 7:58 PM.